Hello, my lovelies. I'd just like to give me thoughts on this Marvin Herbert, Shaun Attwood, Jen Hopkins threats, allegations that are going round. Marvin Herbert yesterday released recordings that he had with Jen Hopkins, and he's shown that he hasn't made any threats towards Jen or Shaun. Now Shaun has come on and said that it was edited phone calls that he put out there. So you've got to decide, this is my opinion. You might arrive at a completely different opinion. Now, I've had my issues with Shaun, still do have my issues. I wouldn't want to ever work with him again because one interesting thing that came out, and I'll get this out the way first. Jen Hopkins, when Marvin was playing the tapes, at one point Jen Hopkins said she's getting bother from some of Shaun's guests, and Shaun couldn't give a damn about that. He just carries on, and that is Shaun to a pinpoint. He couldn't care less as long as he's getting what he wants. The clicks, the views, and all that. That's why he won't take action against Darren G making threats towards Jen, serious threats. The reason I fell out with Shaun and swore I'd never go back there is because Shaun did the same to me. I was getting threats off Darren G, and Shaun was giving money to Darren G and promoting Darren G and couldn't give a damn. So at the end of the day, sorry to say this, Jen, you're always just a convenient part of Shaun's life. Always remember that, especially being a woman. Women are there for one thing for sure, in Shaun's mind. I think you can work that one out for yourself. And we can see this all going on. But also to point out about Jen, someone was asking me why was Jen laughing. I only twigged something the other day when she was talking about it with Shaun and is it Tiny? They were talking about these threats. Jen kept on laughing. I think it's become obvious now Jen has a nervous disposition. And you can see it sometimes when she's in these interviews with Shaun co-hosting. She doesn't look comfortable with these people. She's not comfortable at all. And that makes her very vulnerable, actually, if she is not feeling comfortable. So that's why she's giggling and laughing. It's not that she thinks it's funny. She just doesn't feel comfortable. That's my opinion of it. She's got some trauma there going on or whatever with her experiences with men in the past. But anyway, let's get on to the validity of these recordings Marvin released. Do I believe them? I don't. I believe they're edited, which Shaun has said. I 100% believe they've been edited because what Marvin was doing, and I could tell by the way his expressions on his face, he'd start playing it, then he'd stop it. Then he'd go on waffling. What was he leaving out of it? Now Shaun this morning has released one where you do hear Marvin making threats. He does make those threats, and I know he made threats in the past. I know he did. Do you remember when he was threatening to demonstrate outside Shaun's house and all that? He was making threats. And another thing that I have to say, even though I've had my issues with Shaun, Shaun does not go out of his way to find conflict. He doesn't. He'd have no reason to start picking on Marvin Herbert. Actually, he'll do everything to try and avoid a conflict, and that's the problem with him. He allows people to carry on, where he should have been challenging them. He should have been saying, no way, I'm not having this behaviour, because what he does by doing that is he condones that behaviour. When Darren G is kicking off, when Darren G is coming out with all this filth, right, that he does do, and Shaun sits there and allows this to happen, he's condoning it. When Marvin Herbert is making threats and Shaun does nothing, he's condoning it. But that's my thoughts on it. I don't believe these tapes that Marvin have released are the full story. Why he's done this to Shaun, I don't know. He's got some serious issues with Shaun, but I think the issues are on Marvin's side, not Shaun's side. And leave them to us, because at the end of the day, I'll do to Shaun what Shaun did to me when Darren G was getting on my case. Nothing. Actually, that's the wrong thing to put it. That's the wrong way to put it, isn't it? Now, Shaun did a lot. He supported Darren 100% as he still does today. And Jen, you want to remember, you're not the priority here. You're not the priority. And you want to start making demands that you are the priority. Because a woman being threatened is not allowed under any circumstances. But I'll leave it there, my lovelies. Bye-bye for now.